What's up everybody, Doomwake here, and welcome back to some more Pioneer content on the channel. As always, before we continue, the most important thing, and it really does help out the channel if you subscribe, like the video, and let me know in the comment section down below what you thought of the video. And most importantly, if you are going to the Regional Championship in DC, looking at the calendar right now, it's not that far off. And this is kind of this is certainly the deck that I am the most interested in playing, and it's Phoenix. Now, okay, I know, Izzet Phoenix, you've probably maybe already seen enough people play this deck, but there is a particular card that I wanted to highlight here. And if you're looking at the deck list, you can probably already figure it out. We'll get to that in a second. Now, it's Phoenix. This deck has really not changed all that much since the introduction of Picklock Prankster, because Picklock Prankster is just really the best at what it's doing. It is 2 mana, mill 4, get an instant or sorcery, and this is the last time the Phoenix has really had a major shift. Cantrips, pretty simple stuff. Consider, Opt, Sleight of Hand. Removal spells, I'm choosing to go with 7, 3 Fiery Impulse, 4 Lightning Axe. The creatures, 4 Shredder, 4 Phoenix, 4 Treasure Cruise, 4 Picklock Prankster. Now, the flex spots is where this is where you can find the magic in the Phoenix deck. So I'm going to move this Jwari Disruption over here because it's not technically a spell. I mean, it is, but we all know it's not really a spell. So we have 2 Spell Pierce, which is, I would say, for the most part, stock. Some people cut 1, some people go up to 3, but I've liked 2 a lot. And then we have this little package. So 3 Proft's Eidetic Memory. 3 is kind of a lot, but I have noticed a trend in Phoenix deck lists over the past couple of weeks. They've been kind of adopting more and more. And most of the lists that I've seen recently do have the full 3 copies. I think 4 is probably a little too excessive. But the reason that Profts, well, there's a couple of reasons why Profts is so good in this deck, because you draw a bunch of cards, you have Ledger Shredder triggers, Consider, Opt, Treasure Cruise, plenty of ways to draw cards. It is a way to pressure your opponent that doesn't involve the graveyard, where if you just have, say, a Picklock Prankster in play and a Profts, and you play 2 cantrips, you now have a 3/5 Flying Vigilance. Like, that is something they have to eventually answer. So it's a way to pressure your opponent while sidestepping graveyard hate. That's very important. But then you'll get down to this 1 copy of Temur Battle Rage, and it looks really random. And I understand, it looks really weird. One reason to play TBR is, I think, the mirror match, where a lot of times what happens in the mirror match is you both trade a bunch of resources, and you get into these spots where, like, you have Profts, they have Profts, you both have big creatures, but you're both chump blocking their big creatures with Phoenixes, and then returning them the next turn, chump blocking again. And without the Galvanic Iteration Temporal Trespass angle, it's kind of hard to, like, actually close out the game in those types of situations. And that's where Temur Battle Rage comes in, because every single turn you're going through that cycle of make a bigger creature, they chump block. Make a bigger creature, they chump block. Eventually, your creature is going to be, say 12 or 13 power, and this card does not let your opponent chump block. So I think that's the theory there, and by only having 1 copy in your deck, because Phoenix is the way that it is, you end up seeing most, if not your entire deck, in certain situations, especially in those long games in the mirror match. So just having 1 copy, fantastic. The other reason I like Temur Battle Rage is if you draw it early against something like Lotus Field. Normally, Lotus Field is a horrendous matchup, but if everything falls together and you can pair something like Profts with Cruise and TBR, you can, Treasure Cruise with Profts to put 3 counters on something. Maybe it's a Shredder and you already have other counters on it from its own ability, and then that TBR might just be enough to kill them before that they can set up their combo. So, a couple of reasons why you would want to play it. I'm trying out 1 copy. I think 1 is probably correct because, again, in those situations in the mirror match, you go through most of your deck. You'll eventually find it if you need it. You could maybe talk me into a second one for the faster matchups like Lotus Field and things like that, but I think the 1 copy is reasonable. But that's kind of just like some, general thoughts and ideas behind the TBR. Mana base still hasn't changed. We ended up cutting the second haul for 1 Jwari Disruption. I don't think I'm a huge fan of that. I really don't like Jwari that much because I really just never ever want to play it as a land, and I don't even like it as a spell. I think it's just most likely, most of the time, going to be worse than a Hall of the Storm Giants, especially later in the game. So I would consider adding the second Hall over the Jwari. And then as far as the sideboard is concerned, most of this is the same, Mystical Disputes. I will note that Thing in the Ice has been popping up recently, which is a card that people haven't played in a long time. But I think with the resurgence or the dominance of that Rakdos Prowess deck, you really want some way to remove creatures from the battlefield that aren't just direct damage, like the Lightning Axes and Fiery Impulses of the world. Because with all their pump spells and prowess creatures, they can outsize your Lightning Axes, like, relatively quickly. So Thing in the Ice being a way to just kind of reset the board, bounce everything. It's also important against Heartfire Hero because it returns it to their hand, not puts it into the graveyard, which does not proc its ability. So that's pretty important as well. Negate and Aether Gust, pretty self-explanatory. Storm's Wrath as our third sweeper here, along with 2 Anger of the Gods. I don't really exactly know why this person chose to go with Storm's Wrath. I'm trying to think if there's a specific creature that you would want to kill that has 4 toughness. I'm not thinking of any, but if you have any ideas, let me know in the comments. 2 Anger of the Gods. You could split this with Brotherhood's End. I think Anger is slightly better against the Sacrifice decks and slightly better against Heartfire Hero, but Brotherhood's End does kill Unlicensed Earths and things like that, so there are reasons to play both. 1 Torch the Tower for the Mirror match and for that pesky Heartfire Hero deck that I've been talking about. 2 Hearths for the Mirror, and then 1 Pithing Needle. I think this is here for Lotus Field, because she named Thespian Stage, and has some additional utility against, like, Teferi Hero of Dominaria. There's probably some other Planeswalkers, maybe Witch's Oven you could name with Needle. You could also name Cauldron Familiar to shut off the Yeager Cauldron Familiar combo, so it does have some applications. That is Phoenix with 1 Temur Battle Rage. Again, this is the deck that I am very, very likely to bring in DC, so I am excited to get to start testing this, and, you know, hopefully this is at least will help some people out there who are potentially looking at playing Phoenix themselves. Anyways, with all that said, I will see you back here in just a little bit for round number 1. Arena of Glory and Pioneer. Insert shitty 1-mana red creature that gives a creature haste here. We have Arena at home. What do I think? Like a Crowan Crusader? Ooh. A Phoenix Mirror. Well, we have the TBR technology. Now the question is, does our opponent have the TBR technology? Dun, dun, dun. I feel like Arena of Glory would be too good in Pioneer. Like Arena of Glory plus Kroxa. I don't think we can have that. Out of here. Get out. Get out. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Yep. Immediate Phoenix Mirror. Look, to be fair, we played Pioneer a little bit on, like, Tuesday. We played a little bit of Pioneer on, I think it was, maybe we played on Tuesday. Either Monday or Tuesday. And a little bit of Pioneer last week, too. And we didn't really play against a lot of Phoenix, so... What honest format of red creature are you trying to give haste? Well, I wouldn't necessarily call Kroxa an honest 4-mana red creature, because it's not really a 4-mana red creature, you know what I mean? Alright, we really need to find a Lightning Axe this turn. I think if we find an Axe off Consider, we're in a good spot, but otherwise we are kind of dead. Alright, alright, alright. Hold. Hold. You can only face the Nightmare with Nightmare. Yeah. Okay. Not happy to see that, but... Can run Haughty Djinn and Drakes. I mean, you could. Doesn't really synergize with Treasure Cruise that well. Spell Pierce Gamer. Spell Pierce Gamer. I guess we can play the Pathway first. I was thinking about casting Fiery Impulse first, but weird. So if I double Impulse, they just Spell Pierce the second one. Alright, I have an idea. I have an idea. Just play Enigma Drake. Doesn't Enigma Drake only count Graveyard too? Alright, I'm gonna play my own Shredder here, because again, I don't wanna let them Spell Pierce me. This is kind of bad, I guess, if they just go end phase removal spell, right? Or they could even go like untap, removal spell, then play Cruise. It is, yeah. The RC is going to be a lot of Phoenix Mirrors, which, like, honestly, this is good testing. Like my recommendation, if you are going to the regional championship and you're planning on playing Phoenix, just play a bunch of Phoenix Mirrors. That is the best way that you could possibly test. Because that is one of the more difficult matchups. Like there's so many things that go on in a lot of different ways that it can play out. And there's like the thing about the Phoenix Mirror is there's certain stages of the game where certain cards matter and other cards, it's weird. It's hard to describe it. It's really weird. I mean, the single most important card in the mirror matches, in my opinion, I think it's Profs. Profs is nuts in the mirror, so like that's kind of why I like playing 3 copies. What's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. Okay, they're giving me a free turn. I don't know what I can do with it. Okay, let's start here. 1, 2, 3. Top this. Then I would only have 6 cards in the graveyard. Right? 1, 2, 3. Top that. Cast it. Take a spell. Bin 3. So I can't. If I take the Prankster here, I can't Cruise. But I'm also not sure how I'm winning if I don't take the Prankster. Alright, let's do this. How about we go top here? I'm going to kill the Ledger Shredder and play Sleight of Hand, I think. And then set up for Picklock Cruise next turn. Yeah, there's that Spell Pierce we knew they had. Take this. And probably playing defense here. Let's play defense. I don't know, I could attack, maybe? Attacking is really bad if they have second Phoenix, though. You're going to give you your last Prime. Your Amazon expires this week. You'll love to see it. WGaz, thank you for the Prime. Speaking of Amazon Prime, chat, have I told you? And I don't know if you guys knew this. You can subscribe to any Twitch channel for free utilizing your Amazon Prime account. Did you guys know that? Free sub. Do I think that the Crimes deck is a good matchup with Phoenix? Its main board graveyard hate? At the end of the day, that deck is just green-black creatures, and the main deck graveyard hate really is just Trespasser, so I don't know. I don't think it's that great. I haven't played the matchup a lot from the Crime side of things, so it's, you know, I can't say for certain, but on paper it doesn't look that great. Is that their 4th Shredder, by the way? 1, 2. It is the 4th Shredder. It's 6. I think I have to play the Shredder, right? Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a gamble, but, like, just don't really see how I'm winning this game if I don't play the Shredder. Because I need to dump the second Phoenix in the graveyard. But I need to find a land off of the Consider. That works. 9 cards in graveyard, so I can go 1 mana cruise, and then try to find Axe. Yeah, no Axe. They're at 14? 14, huh? I'm keeping that. I think I'm keeping that. Okay, go. It's a lot of ops, huh? Just looked at your list, and I'm begging you to cut some of these excess profs for artist talent. Well, I think that's the whole point of playing the TBR package, right? Or the TBR, is that TBR is much better with profs. I just wanted to start with the challenge winning list and just get a feel for it to see how different playing this many profs it was, because I've never played this many profs. I've only always played one, and I wanted to just get a feel for the list that had 3 of them, because I think it Temur Battle Rage does make profs a little bit better, I think. But yeah, I just wanted to start with the challenge list and see how it felt. I'm still a little skeptical of cutting the time walk stuff. It's like, I don't know what your opinion on this is, chat, but like, I've seen a lot of Phoenix lists over the past couple of months, even before this person won the challenge with this like bunch of stack of props lists. I've seen so many people cut the time walk package, and I never understood why. Like, what matchup do you not want time walk is? Or what matchup do you not want time walk in? Is this TBR even good here? I have no idea. It's good in game ones, but it's get where it's after sideboard. Right. It's like that's kind of my exact impression. Was it seemed like it was a really good game one plan, but you would frequently board it out a lot. And I found that as well. Like that, I definitely boarded that out a lot. How many removal spells they have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 2 left. Talent's been cracked for you. Do you ever level it up, or is it just like strictly you're only playing it for the front half? Okay, so we go to 2. Do I have any way out of this? I mean, they are hellbent for what it's worth. I'm not sure why there's no Drake in the sideboard. Like I said earlier, this is just the list that won the challenge, and I wanted to try it out first before I made any changes. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure why there's no Drakes in the board. That kind of shocked me a little bit. Like, I don't really understand why you would want to cut the Drakes. They seem very good in a lot of post-board plans. All right, let me figure this out. Theoretically, I have to go here, here. I need to find another 1 mana spell. That's... that doesn't actually count as a 1 mana spell. That doesn't either. Nine cards in graveyard. Oh, it does. Right. Okay, never mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now we go Stormcarved. Kill Shredder. Discard here. And then I think I'm at 2 life, huh? There's no way I can attack, right? No, I'm not going to attack. Because I think if I win this game, it's going to involve doing this next turn. The problem is, how many cruises am I down? 1, 2... I only have 1 cruise left. So it might actually be hard to kill them with these 2 next turn. This is the talent list. Shredder, Picklock, Phoenix, 2 Impulse, 4 Axe, 2 Pierce, 1 Torch, 1 Disruption, 2... So basically, it's very similar, but you cut 2 Profs for 2 talents, and then you cut 1 Impulse for a Torch, which is kind of a wash, right? But it is very similar. They went Hardcast Phoenix Pass. Okay, let's go here. Take this. 1, 2, play this. This card here. Draw a card. Okay, so how many cards have I drawn this turn? I have drawn 2. So if I play Profts, that'll be 3. That means the Shredder is going to get the 5 power, which means it's only 10 damage. But it would mean they would have to block... Oh, it's just lethal. Well, no, not quite. Because they could just block the 2 Phoenixes and take 10. No, I haven't tried Rel yet. Rel is a card that I have not tried yet. Should I play the Profts? I think I should. No, I have not played a land. So I can Profts plus TBR, but it's not enough because so far I've only drawn 2 cards. So this would be my 3rd card drawn. 3 counters here, that's 5. 5 times 2 is 10. They can just go, block here, leave back a Phoenix, and then the Phoenix would be lethal. Or Phoenix plus this, because then they would attack with both of these. I would kill the Phoenix, but still die to this. Yeah, but I think I'm still supposed to play the Profts here, even if I'm going to say go. Like, playing this seems free. Okay, now we can hold up Prankster. So let's just go to combat. Counters here, pass. And then we can try to kill... We should be able to kill them next turn. And we get to hold up Impulse this way. So even if they, like, chain cantrips, or just... They could go for lethal, quote-unquote, with the Haul. Because, like, in their eyes... Well, actually, it's not even lethal, right? I just block these 3. That's bad. That's bad. I guess I can just kill whatever they target, right? How'd my draft go? I took... My first 4 picks were Bijan, Drake London, Puka... Well, not in that order. Bijan, Puka, Drake London, and the Seattle running back. Forgot the name already. Walker. Kenneth Walker. That was my first 4 picks. My team ended up okay. Like, I don't hate my team, but for a 10-team league, I think it's not ideal. Yeah, Kenneth Walker. My team's fine. I'll show you real quick. I'll show you. Am I killing this? I guess, right? To the moon! To the moon has been called. Alright, free the Fae. I'm not going to deck myself, am I? Go... here... Discard... this... here... And then we go TBR here to get back the Phoenixes. We go here, here... I didn't do the math, but this should be lethal, right? 14 minus 2 is 12. 12 plus 9 is 21. Alright. Temur Battle Rage. Confirmed Mirror Breaker has been called. Guys, I fixed the Phoenix Mirror. But it's 21 minus 14. That's above my pay grade. Alright, so Hearse Me. Torch Me, I think. This is a lot of disputes. I don't usually have this many disputes in my sideboard, so like I think I usually board in 2, but 3 seems kind of like a lot now. It is 7. I don't believe you. I think the bot is lying. How can you confirm that you know that 21 minus 14 is 7? Like, who defines that, you know? Yeah, Spell Pierce is good against Profts early, but it is like you can't counter a Shredder, and early on Shredder is the most important card. Yeah, show us the proof. Who created math? Nobody actually knows. I've been trimming a Phoenix in the mirror match, and people call me crazy, but that's what I do. And I usually cut these. This is what I've been doing. Then I guess we could just do this. Does that make sense? How insane am I for cutting a Phoenix in the mirror? Missed the end due to 8 ads. Well, we cast Temur Battle Rage, and then our opponent died. Temur Battle Rage for lethal. We ended up just Temur Battle Rage to get back the Phoenix. Copred, thank you for the 9-month resub. Welcome back, Copred. Appreciate that. The idea behind Battle Rage is that it's good in the mirror match. I'm going to try this. Rather cut any other card in the deck than Phoenix. I don't know, it's weird. Like, I don't think the mirror match... Now, I guess maybe this is different when I have Drake, because I have more threats, and without Drake you have less threats, but I don't think the games ever come down to, like, fast Phoenixes, you know? Like, the games go super long, and to that end, I'm going to keep this hand. Yeah. I don't know. I personally believe that Phoenix is not... It's not the best in the mirror match. Going back to the TBR discussion, the idea is TBR plus Proft's Eidetic Memory is Splitter Twin, and what ends up happening a lot in the mirror matches, which kind of exactly is what happened game 1, where both players have Phoenixes, you both kind of trade off your Phoenixes, and then once you've traded off your Phoenixes, you both get them back. And you really just aren't in this position, or like you find yourself in a spot where it's really hard. I don't know what to do. It's really hard to like actually push damage through. But then if you have TBR plus Profs, that's how you get around their Phoenixes coming back, you know? I can't play Shredder this turn, right? I mean, I could. You know what? Actually, because I have Axe, I think it's fine. I actually think it's fine. It's bad if they have Axe, but like there's a lot of ways this can go poorly, but this is better if they have Dispute. It's not so much fast Phoenixes, it's just that you want to have as many or more Phoenixes as your opponent. Well, is that true when we have more Profs plus TBR, you know? But I guess like we don't know that they're not playing more Profs. Because a lot of times what ends up, like, what you can do it, yeah, okay, they're playing the TBR. A lot of times what happens, too, is you can just go Profs plus play a Picklock Prankster, and then you just start loading up on that. Like, you have, with the 3 Profs, you have plenty of other ways to pressure them that don't involve specifically having Phoenix, so that was kind of, like, why I thought it was fine to trim a Phoenix. I'm going to take this... and then pass. Yeah, that line is probably a little bit safer. Worse if they have Dispute, because they can dispute my Shredder, but it ends up being a lot safer if they have their own Axe. So that line probably would have been a little bit better. What are they casting? Sure. Makes sense. They must have just drawn that for turn, because otherwise they would have discarded it last turn. Do you think if they had Cruise... No, if they had Cruise, they would have cast it, right? Because they could pay for Dispute. I'm going to graveyard that. There's no way they have Cruise in hand, right? Because they would have discarded this last turn. So this must have been their draw step. My company is doing a pick game every week for the NFL, and first place is 3,000. That's dope. I need to win so I can buy Taylor Swift tickets. Can you tell me every game the Cowboys are going to choke in so I can make sure to pick against them? The answer to your question is none of them. They are going to choke in none of the games. And I can confirm this. This is 100% confirmed. Source, trust me, bro. Stop. Yeah, okay. Kind of wish I had a Phoenix that turn, huh? We're both playing TBR. This is apparently just stock now. What if we played... Is there any reason to play TBR and the Time Walk? I cannot imagine being a Dolphins fan. Alright, they must have drawn that for turn. Look at the Cowboys' history. All they do is win. See, you get it, Sox. I'm glad you understand. That is true. I was not alive the last time they won the Super Bowl. But I mean, like, is that a relevant point? What's your point, you know? What are you trying to get at over here? Ooh, that's nice. And they don't have dispute. Well, maybe they did have dispute. They were just F6ing me. Dude, they got me so good! They F6'd when I cast the Free the Fae, and then they un-F6'd. Oh my god, dude. They got me so good. I was like, there's no way they have it, because they F6'd. Shit! Oh, we are so dead. What's up, Torborg? The Pats have won 6 in my life. I don't want to hear about the Pats, alright? I live in New England. I've heard enough about the Patriots. Somebody getting got. Somebody getting got. It's a good clip. Cowboys Union busted in the 87 strike and the Eagles held strong. Oh, okay. I didn't even know what that was a reference to. How am I a Cowboys fan? My mother was a Washington fan growing up. All right, we're gonna go to the next game. Honestly, I think that the entire reason that I'm a Dallas fan is just because when I was growing up watching football, like, you know, when you're a kid, then your natural instinct as a young individual is maybe some people maybe not as much, but my natural instinct was to root against my mother. You know, when I was like 12 or 13, so 61 card special, yeah, let's do it. So because she was a Washington fan, naturally, I'm going to be a Dallas fan. What's up, Qui-Gon? Welcome to the stream. You got a root canal done. Eee, that's tough. I never had one of those. I've heard they hurt a lot, though. I don't want to do that. Cut Disruption. It's a land, though. I don't want to cut a land. I'll just play 61. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You ever just play 61 before? You were born in Boston, but grew up in Indiana. Imagine being a Pats fan in Colts country. Were they, when you were growing up, were they the Oilers still? See, we're playing 61 because it's optimal, okay? It is 100% optimal. Never thought as a kid why to just root for the Pats. Yeah, I mean, there was some of that for sure, but, like, I don't know. I'm also, like, ooh, which 2-drop do we play? I actually think it's this, right? This is a tough turn. You could also hold up Dispute for their Shredder, but what if they just don't cast Shredder? I think it's more important to resolve Profs. I'm going to do that. Because they can't kill the Profs. What was I going to say? We were talking about the Pats. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Just like, if a team wins so much, I'm generally a person that likes to root for the underdog, you know? Oh, so you're dead, is what you're telling me. So the game is over. I see. Okay. Show of Strength. Discard. I guess I'll discard Opt. Top. Wait, I thought I... Oh, right, I already played my land this turn. Yeah, whatever. They can't win, doesn't matter. Did I see the combo list in Modern channel today? Combo list. MH3 Golem combo. I'm looking at it now. Alright, I'll play first. I will play first... Ugh. I mean, I'm keeping this one. You can't tell me not to. I don't know if I should, but I'd rather keep this than go to 5, I think. What's up, Sulking? Welcome to the stream. Alright. Surely I won't miss a land drop next turn, right? I mean, you know for a fact there's a land on top. What is that doing? Okay, drew a land. That's good. Yeah, I'll probably do this. This gets us closer to finding a Shredder. Heroic without Gigantha is kind of weird, though. Usually Heroic has Gigantha. Sounds good, Parkmania. I'll catch you later. Alright, Heroic confirmed. So, Impulse, they protect. Even if I pierce, their thing still survives. So, that's bad. Okay. I don't like that. Pierce's Mastery. It doesn't matter. I cast Impulse. Read the text in the card. The Heroic trigger prevents the damage. Even if I pierce their spell, I still can't kill their thing. I'm gonna take this, I guess. I don't know what my plan is. I mean, I guess my plan is just this? I don't know. Sounds obvious, but new red ley line slots into Pioneer Heroic. Yeah, I'm not sure that it does. Like, I guess my question would be, Copred, what are you cutting for the red ley line? Simo, thank you for the follow. It's interesting for sure. Yeah, Duskmourn will be legal for the RC. I mean, I guess I'll pretend like this might work. I want to fill up my graveyard for Cruise anyways. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, it seems to me that the red ley line in Heroic is probably more win more than anything. Like, you have it in your opening hand, right? So in Heroic specifically, you have Defiant Strike or other cantrips that you could copy. But my logic is that if you're cutting the cantrips for the red ley line, then in your opening hand, you could also just have another cantrip instead of having the ley line, which is a dead draw later on, you know? I think Hollow One is worth trying to challenge. Yeah, deck's good. It's fun. It's really fun to play. You just got to be able to handle the swings with Hollow One, Rosie. No, I'd rather opt here than cast the Spell Pierce because I need to like I guess try and find a Lightning Axe. That is not going to do it. Yeah, that's a good point. It's like, if it's not exactly in your opening hand, it sounds awful to me. Which is why I'm not a big fan of it. Yeah, making your top decks worse. Because then you're in this spot where, like, the whole deck is a bunch of cantrips, right? And you want to cantrip into more cards that you can cast, but then you end up cantripping into ley lines, which sounds terrible, you know what I mean? Do it this way, I think. And then we can pretend like they don't have a way to give their thing trample. I mean, if they don't, then please use that on there, dude. What? Oh, the Temur Battle Rage? Yeah. They probably only have Reckless Rage. Yeah, I mean, that's still bad for me, though, right? They might be able to assemble a kill if they have Reckless Rage. It's definitely an interesting conversation to have, but I'm not sure. It's probably something that requires testing, you know? Now, where I do like the red ley line is it specifically in Standard, because I think the Standard decks, like Standard is generally a lot lower power level, and the removal's a little bit worse. So I think it's much better in Standard with stuff like Monastery Swift Spear, Emberheart Challenger, Heartfire Hero, that kind of stuff. And there is enough spells in Standard where I think you could maybe cook something up with that. And then obviously, you know, there is a turn 2 kill. How often it's going to happen seems unlikely that it'll happen very often, but all right, they did have Monstrous Rage, which is not great. Not great. Okay, what's the plan now? I'm pretty sure I have to play Ledger Shredder this turn, because I need to have something that has more toughness. Like, I kind of think that my only way to win is eventually get something big enough to block this. And Shredder Profs could help me do that. Again, not very likely to work, but like, we have to get really lucky off the Shredder here. Well, that is step 1. So if they Reckless Rage, we can Pierce, rip a land. Okay. Wait, no, I can't top that, right? Because if I top that, I can't get back Phoenixes. Do we just kind of have to hope they don't have the Reckless Rage? I can pierce my own spell, I guess. Yeah, I can. If I keep the island, I can go Fiery Impulse, Spell Pierce, get back 2. But then they just go Reckless Rage Shredder, and I'm kind of dead anyways. But there's no situation where I can hold up Pierce and get back Phoenixes. Plus, they could also just, like, untap and cast it. Yeah, I have to find a cantrip. Alright. I mean, I guess I'm gonna do this, right? Sounds awful, but let's bet TBR. TLDR, we should make a command. Mods, if you want to make a command for this, you can just say the command is TBR plus profs, good in mirror match. That's really the TLDR. But to go a little bit more in depth, basically, in the mirror matches, you end up chump blocking a lot with Phoenixes, and TBR is a way to sort of get around that when you get into the stage of the game where they start chump blocking the Phoenixes. That's the idea. They just not have the Reckless Rage? No, they do. Sag. Big Sag. This matchup is, I think, pretty bad for Phoenix, so... So now we have to pass. Committed to racing there. Well, don't I have to chump block with both? Maybe I just have to pretend they have no other spells. Because I can't beat many spells anyways. I kind of think no matter what I do, I'm probably dead. Well. This is only 4 damage. I mean, if they have nothing left, surely you let the 10th district through. That is something. Oh, you just wanted to have a creature in play? I see what you're saying. You wanted to keep a Phoenix in play? Because now we don't even have any chance of killing them this turn. We could try to kill 10th District Legionnaire. Okay, I think my only way to win is discard Pierce, kill this, Picklock into Cruise, get back Phoenix. Picklock, Cruise, or free the Fae, Cruise, rip land, Picklock, pump the Picklock, get back 2 Phoenixes. Right? I think that's my only way out. We did not hit the Cruise. Guess we take Consider and try to Consider into a land? Okay, hold. Hold on a second. Hold on, Chad. Hold on, we're not dead yet. The question is, do we attack here? The thing is, I don't have to attack, right? If I kill them, it's going to be in one shot anyways, right? And I have to keep a creature in play to be able to set up lethal next turn. I think I just don't attack. Because this lets me like double block. If I block with 2, can I play around Rage? 6, 7, 8, 9. -6 is 3. I could do that, right? That makes things a little bit more complicated. Do we just go... What could their last card be? I don't know. I feel like this is right. I think this is right. But again, this still leaves us in a weird spot where we can't keep a creature in play if they kill the Picklock Prankster. The Iconoclast. Yeah, I've seen builds of that before. It was like blue-red prowess. Oh, the 2/3. Oh. Ooh, that does combo with Bloodletter. That's kind of cool. The other version that I've seen floating around Comp Red is Drake's, where they just play 4 Fable for Crackling Drake. And that was like a popular version of blue-red for a little bit. Yeah, if it's the 2/3 that makes them lose half their life, I did see that. Yeah, well, we did, but that thing cost 5 mana. That was Master of Cruelties, right? 5 is so much more than 3. Wait, we kept the Picklock Prankster in play? What happened there? Cruise. Cruise. We can keep that, right? It's 2 more looks. Cruise me. Fuck. So close. God, we're so close. How much damage is this? 1, 2... I think it's 14, right? Oh, we're so close! Not nearly enough. We were close. We were like 1 cantrip off. We're not dead, right? We can go... Combat. Counters here. Yeah, if we had attack with 1 Arclight. 4, 8, 11, 14. So we just do this and play Shredder, right? And then pray to God they draw nothing. Alright. The fact that this game is still going on is kind of insane. Yeah, 4, 8, 11, 14. Would I have died if I attacked with 1 Phoenix last turn? No, because I would have taken 2 more damage and been at 1, right? So I would have killed... If I had attacked with 1 Phoenix last turn, I would have killed them exactly at 1 life. That's nuts. Okay, so... There's not a single spell I can beat, right? So we just don't play around anything. Just do this. So, is there a world where I can beat Rage? No, because they just Rage the Virtuoso, right? It's 8 minus 5 is... Yeah, we can't beat Rage, no matter what. Yep, block. I guess this line... Yeah, we're dead to Rage no matter what, right? This block kills us? How? We died of Rage, but there's no way we can beat Rage anyways, right? Like, okay, hear me out, right? Is there a way that I can block to not die to Rage? I guess I could put the Picklock Prankster here. This would be... I want to see if they discard a spell. But I think there was no chance we could beat Rage no matter what. So, okay, they didn't find a spell. So if we had put this here, right, this would be 4, 8, minus 6 is 2. Then we have to... That puts us at 1, which means we need to chump block this and have 6 toughness, which we just don't have, right? So I think there was no block that let us survive to... that let us beat Rage. That was an insane match, though. Oh, man. All right, so... Heroic. I am going to play Birds in DC, yeah. Phoenix confirmed unplayable. The fact that I even had a chance of winning that game after my opponent's draw is like, just goes to show how broken this deck is. Okay, Needle bad. Well, I love me some Thing in the Ice. This might be a good Battle Rage matchup. Sweepers. I'm actually not even sure the Sweepers are good against them. Because they kind of just outsize them, right? Disruption can maybe go. Spell Pierce is kind of bad. What do you guys think? How about these Sweepers against them? I'm not sure that I need 3 props. This looks fine, I think. Maybe Anger on the play is good enough. Yeah, I could maybe consider Anger on the play, but likely not on the draw. When I play the RC, I will have Pyroclasm over those Sweepers in the board. I might just play 3 Pyroclasm. Okay, this hand plays. This hand plays. We need to find a second land, of course, but that's easy, right? That part's easy. As a matter of fact, it's not. I don't know. I mean, like, maybe you could even argue that Brotherhood's End is better against them because it kills Witch's Oven. So there is definitely some consideration to play Brotherhood's End. I'm not 100% sure, though. Pyroclasm collapse aggro hard enough to make Lotus Field great again? I don't know. I mean, there are certain aggro decks that are much weaker to Pyroclasm, specifically Boros Convoke, but the things like Gruul Prowess and stuff, they have a bunch of... They kind of already have some built-in insulation against Pyroclasm, like their Prowess creatures. Like, they have a bunch of X2 Prowess creatures, and if they have an X2 Prowess creature and just hold up any spell, then it's sort of a risky proposition to even cast your Pyroclasm. So, I don't know. I mean, there's definitely, like, spots where it's really good, obviously, but I think there's enough counterplay to it. Yes, I am going to be at the SCG event in Atlanta. At least I plan on going to it. Why didn't I draw land? You know, that's a really good question. I didn't draw land because... Oh, there we go. I was going to make a Prime sub joke, but I was going to say I didn't draw land because I don't have enough Amazon Prime subscriptions. The premium account, as it were. Yeah. Slickshot is good against Pyroclasm. You plot it. Well, it's weird, though, because Slickshot is, like, plot's good against Pyroclasm, but then it not having prowess makes it a little bit weaker to Pyroclasm, so there's, like, a little give and take there. Okay, that helps. Let us go here first. I got enough of those, all right. Surely I'll find a land off this, right? Surely I will find a land off this, right? Surely I'll find a land off this, right? Oh, they have Rage. Oh, whatever, that's fine. I don't care. Graveyard. Come on! Please! Come on! Unholy Heat, thank you so much for the Prime sub. I appreciate that. The unholiest of heats. Thank you for the Prime. That's what I'm saying. Where's my lands? Homestead Courage. Brotherhood's End also better post-board against this card, so maybe Brotherhood's over Anger is better. I'm blocking. All right, I don't care what you have. I'm blocking. I'm gonna block. That's gonna be a block for me. All right, how big is this thing gonna be? 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's gonna be a 6/5, which we can just axe next turn. I feel like we're kind of off this plan, right? I think we have to be on this plan. It's like our only chance to win. 7/6? 3, 4, 5. No, it's gonna be 6/5. If Katy Perry was your wife, would you do the dishes? Yes. No, wait, there's a Balatro for mobile game? I didn't see that. I did download the recent update where they had like the new skins for the face cards. Alright, well, there's no way that my opponent has a protection spell in hand, right? Simply no way. I will discard probably this. Launches later this month. I haven't seen it. Is it going to be like a fully functional mobile version of it? They did take one to do this. Balatro Mobile. I'm here to tell you about Balatro. Alright, they did have the protection spell. We are dead. Yeah, we have Thing in the Ice in the sideboard. Yeah, the trailer... Yeah, believe it or not, the trailer did not tell me what the game is. I'm shocked, honestly. I figured you would just know by now. Thought you said it wasn't good. Mostly, I'm copying a challenge list, and I wanted to see how it played out. That's really the answer. I don't know if it's good. It seems good in theory in certain matchups, but... Yeah, the spinning banana game. Could you tell by that particular trailer that it is a poker roguelite? It seemed pretty obvious to me. Like, very, very obvious, you know. I don't know why you didn't know that. Alright. So... we have to wait until their turn to flip the titty, right? Because if I do it now at attack, they can just replay this. So I have to wait till their turn. I know they could have Reckless Rage, but, like, I can't play around anything at this point. I'm at 1 life and barely alive, you know? Just give him the old titty flip. You saw number go up. Yeah, I mean, when you see numbers go burr, that is kind of like the TLDR about the game. There's really not much else to it, right? Die to hearse anyways. That's what you think. See? We located the hearse out. Alright, I would like to flip my titty. Bang. Got him. Graveyard. Graveyard. Opponent redeploys the goons. There has for sure, yeah, Delph. It's weird though. For the first like maybe week or so, I did not play against a lot of Phoenix. But the second week, there has been a lot more than the first week for sure. So I wonder if it was just a product of people were maybe trying some newer stuff out the first week, and now that they've gotten that out of their system, now we're like, okay, let's go back to reality, you know? All right, I have deceased. I have deceased. It's basically, the way that I look at Yigra is it's very similar to Vein Ripper in the sense of, in order to kill it, you have to have a creature in play, but you also need to have two, because you can't kill it with just one creature, since Yigra is a 6/6, so you can't just axe it. Whereas, at least with something like Vein Ripper, you could just axe the Ripper and move on with your life. But now you have to have two removal spells to kill the Yigra, which means you have to sack two things, and that's a lot to ask, you know? Not really. I think Phoenix is still pretty favored in that matchup against humans. Yeah, Yigra is really tough to beat. I could main phase this, but that's worse if they have Pierce, so I'm just going to pass. Okay, I think I'm going to cast my Picklock now, because I really don't want them piercing this. Alright, I'll take a cruise. We'll take a little cruisy. We're going on a cruise. Chad, if you could wake up tomorrow and just go on a free cruise, where would you want to go? Thankfully, they can't cast that this turn. Personally, I would go to Bermuda. Perhaps the Bahamas. You don't like boats? So you must not be a Gruul player. Let's do this. Graveyard that. Sure. The reason I'm not casting Picklock here... Oh, I misclicked. I meant to... I thought I was casting Consider, so I was going to bottom it. The reason I'm not playing Picklock here is because I don't want them to just go end-step Lightning Axe. Now, they had a cantrip anyway, so it ended up not working out, but... Alright, where's chat going? You sold me on waking up tomorrow. Home cruises suck. Why do cruises suck? Alaska, Italy, any with treasure. Nah, this is fine. I was thinking about piercing this so they can't, like, play a bunch of other spells this turn, but they're probably just going to pass anyways, yeah. The Phoenix Mirror is really annoying. I think that's the only way that I can describe it. It's very strange. Very, very strange. Okay, I'm gonna do this. You know what? I should have cruised that turn. I just played the untapped land. I wanted to be able to hold up Pierce for a second Picklock, but what I could have done was just go Steam Vent Shock, cruise, pave player on Pierce, and then, yeah, so that would have been a better turn. I mean, I could just cruise next turn, it's not a huge deal, but... You have a modern RCQ this weekend debating on just full sending with Boomer Jund. If I was going to an RCQ this weekend and I had the means to play any deck in the format, I would play probably Boros Energy with the Ring. Maybe Mardu with the Ring. Because I think the black cards are pretty good in the mirror match. Okay, them having two Phoenixes is kind of annoying. But we can maybe have a big turn of our own. But I can't say that I would be able to sign off on Boomer Jund. Unless you play Ring in it, then it's maybe fine. You can't go wrong as long as you have that card in your deck. Cruise. This is not what I wanted to find, by the way. Definitely not what I wanted to find. Yikes. Yikes. This is bad. All right. Yeah. This is where we're at. This is where we're at. Whoops. Don't love this play, but I kind of think I have to. I don't know. Maybe I'm supposed to wait. This lets me hold up Impulse if they go Shredder first. Just something. You got both Boros and Mardu full lists. You think it's good to invest in the rings considering the ban in December? I don't know. Here's the thing, if you want to purchase cards to play in tournaments, I don't want to say something that's going to stop you from purchasing cards to play in tournaments. Is there a chance it gets banned in December? Of course. But there's also a chance that Basic Island gets banned in December, you know? Yes, any card in the format could get banned at any time. I'm not going to tell you to not go buy Basic Islands, you know? Yes, there is a chance Island could go. That is correct. You heard it here first. No other streamer will tell you that. They don't want to know. They don't want you to... They don't want to admit that, you know? But I'm here telling you the truth. Can I stop drawing Phoenixes? Please? Send tweet. My tweet should just be, December 26th, the One Ring has the same chance of getting banned as Basic Island. That should be the tweet. Yeah, that's true. Banning Island doesn't even matter. Alright. I guess we're doing this. I don't know. This sounds awful. What happened with this draw? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't even attack. Because I just died a hall if I attack, right? Alright, go. I can't possibly win this game. Why don't I trust in the omnipresent greed of Hasbro? Ring will not get banned before reprint. I've heard this as well. I don't know. I mean, they like to say that they don't take the secondary market into account, but realistically, are they willing to ban a card that costs like $120, you know? Like, I don't know if they're willing to do that. They have another Shredder. You have to do this first. If they have Pierce here, it's really bad. But now we have to draw Cruise, basically. Excuse me. Now I'm curious what a format without blue looks like. Well, it wouldn't just have to be Basic Island. It would have to be any land that produces blue mana, you know. Alright, we drew the Cruise. Step 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's a way out of this, chat. There is a way out of this. It's not going to be easy, but there is a way out. Okay. Hold. Hold. How many profs do I have left? I think I have 2 left, right? What if you just took the Battle Rage here? Do you ever take the Battle Rage here? I want to say Fury was like, what, 30 or 35 when it got banned? TBR is 12. I know it's not lethal this turn, but I'm saying take it, no attacks, and then try to find like a Prof's next turn. It feels bad, though. But the issue with not taking the TBR is it's going to be really hard to win this game without it, you know? But I think I need to take the Sleight of Hand. Okay. We go here, here. And now the question is, do we attack? They have 1 Phoenix in the graveyard. They have 5. So there's no possible way they can kill and animate Hall. So worst case scenario would be If I attack with 2, they could kill 1 blocker, rebuy Phoenix, and then I would be dead, right? Because then I would block a Phoenix and take 5, assuming they discard a spell to the Shredder. So maybe I'm only allowed to attack with 1? Yeah, I think 1 is safe. But maybe I just have to get greedy and hope they... Like, attack with 2 is the greedier line, right? Gives me a much higher chance of killing them next turn. They whiffed. They hit 3 lands at a Shredder. It's got to be a good sign that they bricked. How many removal spells do I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4. I still have 3, which is a lot. I feel like Wizards internally has more or less calculated out how much reprint equity they're going to put into each set, and banning the One Ring would hurt that. Do you... Okay, let me ask you this question. Do you think that they already have plans to reprint it? Like, do you think that they've recognized the demand for it and they're already thinking about it? They've at least had the conversation, right? Because they did specifically mention in that one article that they were like, well, we could reprint it if we wanted to. You know, when they talked about that, when they talked about it in the article with Bowmasters. Not outside of some very specific high-priced collector product. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, if they reprint it, the reprint's not going to be cheap. It's going to be just as hard to acquire and just as expensive. So I'm not even convinced that if they reprint it in some sort of collector booster product, I'm not even convinced that would drive the price down that much, you know? Like, maybe a little bit, but it's still going to be expensive, because that product will likely be also hard to acquire. What do we lead with first? I think it's this. Guess we take consider. Do this. Let them cook. We need to find an axe. Axe would be nice. Yeah, it'll be like Tarmogoyf. It's kind of the same thing that happened with Tarmogoyf too, right? Like the first time they reprinted Tarmogoyf, it still wasn't it didn't drive the price down that much. But it took them like maybe 4 or 5 times of reprinting it before they actually got the price down. I think it's this. Magic is a really hard game sometimes. Now the question is, do we picklock and try to spike the 4th Phoenix? I think the answer is probably no. They have 1 Phoenix in the graveyard. If I attack with just 3 Phoenixes, they trade, take 6, go to 5. Then I have 2 blockers left. Is 2 blockers enough is the question. I feel like it is. Yeah, I think 2 blockers is good enough. It's so close, though. An iteration in the yard. Ooh, I didn't see that. That's a good call. Did not see that. Yeah. All right. I'll leave 2 back. Or I'll leave 3 back. And then 2 or 3 post-combat with this. So they go to 8. This has been a really tight game. It does suck that I milled over the TBR, because then we just don't have it in deck to be able to draw. That's like why I was tanking so much on that one turn that we milled it over. Because I know that we didn't have any spells at the time, but it's really hard to win without this, you know? Which is, it's going to become evident in a little bit. Especially if they're playing Time Walk. I think we're just dead to Time Walk, though. Yeah, Lotus is a bad matchup for Phoenix. Okay, iteration. Iteration. What are we copying over here? Jagimo, what would you like to copy? You're gonna deck yourself. Deck yourself now. Alright, bruv, you got 5 cards in deck. Okay. We are dead. Never mind. Just kidding. Just kidding. Okay. So even if I left back... Yeah, I think even if I left back one more blocker, I still would have died. It's a tough game. Just like losing that TBR was so huge. Alright, so last time we did this for this. And then we did these for these. And then we have to cut one card. Alright, let's try cutting the Jwari for the torch. Games go long, you don't need the extra land. Yeah, they did specifically call out Bowmasters and the One Ring as cards they could reprint in or make them in universe. So like they've already kind of called that out. But like, is the intention of that to give people the confidence in purchasing them, or is that just to drive the price down before they ban it? You know, because so they feel less bad about banning it. You know what I mean? It's like that could mean one of two different things. Pithing Needle is mostly here for the sack matchup to name Witch's Oven. But honestly, maybe we should just be playing Brotherhood's End instead. It's really greedy to play the Shredder first, but it's only bad if they have exactly Axe. That's fine. Isla. I would like to find a cantrip here. Yeah, good enough. Hold up Dispute. What'd they find off of that? They found... Is it saying the log? They chose Picklock Prankster. Okay, I see. Okay. Wonder if they had that last turn and just chose to cast the Picklock first instead. Maybe. We're going to go here and here. The other issue that I see with playing Brotherhood's End is if you're playing your own hearses, then it could get a little bit awkward. Where you want to board in hearse against the sack deck, but you also kind of want to have Brotherhood's End. So there's kind of a little bit of tension there. So I think it might just be better to have Pithing, and that's because somebody asked earlier why we have Anger over Brotherhood's End, and that's another reason too, is like you have your own artifacts with Hearse and Needle that you don't want to blow up with Brotherhood's End. Oh. That's what I get for yapping. Should have activated that. That's what I get for yapping. Something similar to that, but structure it like the fetch lands and Pathway Secret Lair they sold a couple of years ago, be like 200 to 300. I do recall the Pathway Secret Lair. I vaguely remember that. How many cards in my graveyard? 7. So we can go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bang. They also missed a land drop, so we are Bing chillin'. Bing chillin'. Every time I go to have a conversation, and then I realize there's an ad breakup, and then I'm like, oh, maybe I should wait a little bit. Yeah, I think when Pyroclasm comes out, I'll probably replace the... Right now, in my list, I'm playing 2 Brotherhood's End, but those will probably become Pyroclasms. Just because in the matchups where you want the sweepers, you really want to be able to have the sweeper cost 2 mana. Like, that is incredibly important. So, yeah, I'm probably going to end up playing Pyroclasm when it comes out over Brotherhood's End. It's tough, though, because Brotherhood's End is still also really good against people who bring in Hearse. So maybe there's a split. Maybe you want to play, like, if you're playing 3 sweepers, maybe it's 2 Pyroclasm, 1 Brotherhood's End. Yeah, I'm locked on Phoenix. It's just going to be, like, doing a little bit of testing over the next couple of weeks, figuring out which version I want to play. Is it worth giving them a card here? Probably, because I want to get more cards for the profs. So let's go here. Discard this. So we're on 1 spell this turn. Dispute is not countering a red card here, so I might just do this. Seems weird, but... And then we can go here. Graveyard. Here. Bottom, I guess. Go to combat. Target here. Targeting here is worse if they have Torch. They do not have Torch. Which means I believe they are dead. Yeah. Game tree. These games get so grindy. Good hand. Question is, do we want to play Hearse or Picklock on 2? Kind of depends if they hold up mana. Might just be Picklock anyways. Well, that sucks. That really sucks. Shit. Huh. Alright. I think we have to bottom that, which sounds insane. But we need to find Axe. Like, yesterday. That is definitely not Lightning Axe. Jesus. Jesus! We are not alive. Ugh, what is that? Okay, so we have to go main phase here, find Axe, and then Axe on their upkeep. No chance of casting that spell. 0 chance. I mean, it is worth noting they didn't play a cantrip after the Shredder, so they probably don't have a cantrip in hand. So, as long as I don't give them value off the Shredder, we might be okay. I mean, at least I built a Phoenix, right? It's not all bad. Okay, step 1. So, what's the best way to do this? I guess the question is, do we want to try and get back a Phoenix this turn? And, like, let them cook with one of the Shredders? You know, I don't love the sound of that, but it does get back 2 Phoenixes. So I think that sounds pretty good to me. Yeah. I don't know if I want to do that, though. But we can at least give ourselves the option of doing that. Let's see if this resolves. I mean, it's going to. Sure. So they're going to try and hit a cantrip here. They bend a Sleight. I guess if I go for Picklock here, worst case scenario is they have Spell Pierce. Kind of okay with that, though. Like, what's giving them 1 Shredder trigger, right? I'm basically trading 1 Shredder trigger to get 2 Phoenixes into play this turn, which I think is worth it. Take cantrip. And then we can play Consider to try and find a 3rd Phoenix. I don't think we need that right now, right? It does kind of feel weird to graveyard it, but let's try and race. We have engaged the racing mode. I repeat, racing mode engaged. I don't know if that's good or a bad thing, but that's what we're doing. Feels like an okay spot. Okay, they have cruise. Definitely not 99%. Certainly not 99%. It's funny because I was saying this earlier. With the amount of Pioneer that we played over, like, we played earlier this week and all of last week. We didn't play against a lot of Phoenix, but I have been seeing it a lot more in the second week after the bans than the first week. And I think a lot of that was just people were maybe trying some different stuff out in the first week, and maybe they're, now that they've gotten that out of their system, now they want to switch back to Phoenix. Yeah, actually, it's only 97%. Okay. Yeah. I really don't want to pump their Shredder, but the thing is, they're probably going to pump their own Shredder. What if I just did, like, a little bit of this? Play the Hearse, play tap land, pass, and then, like, let them cook with the Shredder and just bounce it next turn. I think that's the plan. That's good. Do I cast that instead? No. Still cast this. I have been pierced. Wasn't sure they would keep those in. Any tips on tuning the list for the mirror? Tough to say. I mean, my initial impression was that I wanted to play more Ashioks in the main, because, like, I know that lists in the past have been running one Ashiok, and I was thinking about playing two. But the version that we're playing today that has 3 Profs and 1 Temur Battle Rage, I think that one is also kind of tuned for the mirror. I'm not sure which approach is better. I have been really liking the Temur Battle Rage, though. So maybe there's a version that plays a second copy of Temur Battle Rage, and you kind of lean more into the Prof stuff. Yeah, I've also played against a lot of food. So much food that we've become an official mukbang stream. Okay, that's not good. That is not good. That also doesn't really help. So we have to do this just so I can kill the Ashiok. Oh, it doesn't even kill the Ashiok. It goes to 1. I tried looking at a Scryfall search of good frogs. There's not really a lot of them. I think that's kind of a common misconception. I'm not a huge fan of Torch in the Mirror. Like, in the post-board games, if both players have Ashiok, the games are a lot less about Phoenix and a lot more about specifically Profs and Shredder. Like, Phoenix matters a lot less in the mirror match, to the point where my sideboard plan, I've been trimming a Phoenix in the mirror, and I've been thinking about trimming 2, because I don't think it's that good post-board. Because everybody is on Ashioks. So I find it a little bit weaker, and it's like, I don't know, it doesn't seem like the battle you want to be, the axis you want to be fighting on, at least in my opinion. I have 4 cards in hand. Drake is definitely not good in the mirror. The issue with Drake is that both players keep in Axe because of Ledger Shredder, and Drake trading for Axe is not where you want to be. So I'm not a huge fan of Drake in the mirror. It might be good in other matchups, but definitely not for the mirror match. How do I get out of this? I'm not sure I can. It is certainly going to be difficult. That does not help. I'll tell you, that does not help. Go here and pass. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Could, like, make them burn 3 mana, but seems not relevant. I think putting more things on board is nice in the mirror. Yeah, and that's like a lot of what happens in the post board games in the mirror. They just come down to exactly Picklock Prankster plus Profts. This is the most important card in the mirror match. Full stop. It's not even close. Like the games where you resolve Profts on turn 2, it's a lot harder to lose. Especially because then you just get to turn your random Picklock Prankster into a threat that outscales Lightning Axe pretty fast. Kind of depends. What's the exact text on Thing in the Ice? No, I believe you can't transform it because it doesn't have a backside. No backside spotted. Yeah. This one seems kind of Jover. I mean, we're not necessarily dead yet. We're going to trigger their Shredders a bunch, but... Gravity... They're discarding spells. That can't be good. Let's go... I guess keep loading up here, right? A 3/5. Still appear to not have good attacks. We're gonna be here for a while. I think. This game is nowhere close to over. Yeah, it is. Do we have the TBR left? I think I graveyarded the TBR, right? See, this is the exact situation where you really want the Battle Rage. You get to a spot where you just load up on one creature with Profts, and then Battle Rage them, and they can't have anything, because the only removal spells are the Lightning Axes. Yeah, I know they could do this, but I'm actually maybe kind of fine with trading the Ashiok for the one less Phoenix. Yeah, they really are. The mirror matches are extremely grindy. These games bog down so much. I mean, honestly, we could deck them. Do I enjoy this more than Modern right now? Well, specifically the Phoenix Mirror, no. I hate the Phoenix Mirror. But I do like Pioneer. If this is your first foray into Pioneer, this is maybe not the best place to start, you know? Perhaps not the best place to start. They're sending their best. Well... 2/4 on 1/3, 3/5 on here. Trade here. Then they Ashiok 2 Phoenixes. What if I take 3, 6, 9, 10? 6, 7. Wait, they have no cards in hand, right? Wait, hold on a second. Hang on a minute. 3, 6, 9, 12. They have no cards in hand. They have the Picklock Prankster, I guess. 3/2 on the 1/3. Oh, sure. Yeah, that's better, right? Go here, and then this can also still block here. Take 9. All right. They have to Ashiok me here, right? They're gonna Ashiok me, then play Picklock, sure. But we can draw... If we draw a Picklock, I think we win. I feel like that was not a very good attack by them. Okay. 4? just deck them. It is a possibility, for sure. It is certainly a possibility. Because they have no cards, so they're just basically milling at this point. How come we switch to a green screen? I just kind of like it more. I don't really have like a specific reason. I just kind of like it more. I'm gonna keep the cruise, right? I think. And they have one Phoenix in the graveyard, so we can do this. Wait, like, we're not even really in that bad of a spot, are we? We go counter here. Attack here? Yeah, I think... I guess this was a free attack just in case they want to chump block. Like if they're intent on chump blocking here, I just missed a point of damage. How much do I have to donate to choose the background of the green screen? Okay, how about that? How about this? New reward. 5 gifted subs. You can pick an image to change the green screen background. How about that? I mean, I'll approve the message. I'll approve the message, all right? Or I'll approve the picture. I'm not just gonna put it up on the screen. You know what I mean? You have to give me approval first. How long? Depends on if I like the image or not. How many cruises do I have left? 1. I still have 2 cruises? Is that right? I think I'm discarding cruise. Yeah, I'm discarding cruise. I didn't realize I still had 2 left. Don't we not want to cruise? Well, I mean, I might want to anyways, but I want to chain spells first. Here's the issue. How am I killing them? How am I ever killing them here? You know what I mean? 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, am I dead? No, I'm not dead, right? All right, there it is. If anybody doesn't get the joke, then you can Bolt can tell you all about it. Okay, how are we blocking? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have to let 1 creature through, so I can let 1 Phoenix through, right? Yeah, but then I like the tweet. Okay, let's go 4, 6 on this. 2, 4 here. Trade, chump. And they have no cards in hand, no picklocks left, right? I'm at 1. Do I have any lightning axes left? I haven't checked. I don't have time to check. Okay, there's the cruise. Graveyard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I know. If I have a lightning axe in my deck, I win. And I think I have 1 left, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, cast. Wow. I can't believe I won that game. Holy shit. These Phoenix mirrors, like, every single time that I play a Phoenix mirror, I feel like I'd lose, like, 2 years of my life, you know? See, some games of the mirror match are fun. Like, I mean, I had a good time playing that match. Like, there was a lot of decisions to be made. And I think ultimately, at the end of that game, my opponent made some questionable attacks. And I definitely think there's, like, a lot of room for play in the mirror match, which is why I like it so much. Like, it's a very skill-intensive mirror match, you know? Go. I have never seen One Piece now. Nah, I don't want to play the Ygritte deck. Ooh. I don't know what I should do this turn. Whether I should opt or axe discard Battle Rage. I don't think this is not a Battle Rage matchup, right? I don't think it is. Well, should have waited, I guess. Fuck. The only deck that I think, quote-unquote, has a good Phoenix matchup that I would consider playing is maybe, like, the red-green Prowess deck, I think, has an okay Phoenix matchup, but I'm still not convinced it's favored. Although I do think it's close. I'm just gonna pass. I don't know what, like, weird shit they might have. Ooh, my god. Thank you for the 1 year resub. Welcome back, oh my god. Appreciate the resub. Another year of going 2-3. What about 3-2? We gotta bump up those numbers. Yeah, that is one deck that I think has a reasonable Phoenix matchup, but also I am maybe this is just like, you know, I'm just spouting nonsense here, but the way that I look at it is I think it's a little bit easier to target the Yggdrafood deck than it is Phoenix. And if people are like, okay, well, Yggdrafood is the de facto best deck, and it's the deck that we need to make sure that we have answers for, I think that if people try to beat Ygra, it is easier to beat that deck than it is Phoenix. And I think for that reason, that's kind of why I'm considering, you know, that's why I'm leaning so heavily on Phoenix at this point, if that makes sense. 7. Is it ever this? I know this play looks weird, but I want to save spells for the cruise next turn. Like, I want next turn to be opt, cruise, get back 2 Phoenixes. Or whatever. Yeah, that's a good point, Tomber. Is like both Picklock plus Profts makes it so much harder to attack the Phoenix deck, and I'm not convinced that like the backup plan of Sack is equally as impressive as the backup plan of Phoenix. If that does, if like, you know, like if people are attacking your graveyard, I mean, I guess you still have, you know, Mayhem Devil plus Fable and stuff like that. I don't know. It's different, right? It's definitely different. We won that last game? Yeah, we did. They made some questionable attacks. Anointed Pisskeeper. So this thing is going to make it cost 2 more. But, chat, correct me if I'm wrong, I can just pay... I can, you know what I'm going to ask, right? I can just exile 2 more cards. Okay. So I'm going to discard... Wait, I've been alive for 1,600 years. Will, thank you for the resub. 1,600? That's so much. Should cruise first. Yeah. I mean, they probably should just name Opt, right, I guess? Yeah, they did name Opt. Oh. Well, now we cruise first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's not good if we don't find cantrips, though. Oh, we found cantrips, all right. We found cantrips, all right. This thing costs 3 mana anyways. I don't want that. Here? I mean, I guess I'll keep it for next turn, right? Does it matter? Whatever. I'm not sure that it matters. How much is this? so attacking for 11. What up? What up? That is a large bird coming in. Large bird coming in, I repeat. Grande bird. Henge? You're henging me? All right, I'll block. I'll block. Because I didn't need to block. So they're dead, right? Yeah, they just die. It's a bird advisor. Advice: don't get punched for 11. Yeah, they didn't take the advice. All right, I'll cast it. I will cast it. I could have dealt them more damage, but all right. Next. Phoenix is bad against Lotus, but I'm sure there's like there has to be some sort of good sideboard plan that you can like. There's gotta be a way that you can fix that matchup. You know, like it probably involves maybe some sort of lower to the ground plan, like the TBR shit. Or it could just be a combination of what, like Narset plus Ashiok. Okay, what are they playing? Green white stuff. Torch coming in, Wrath's coming in, Titties coming in. What's bad against green white stuff? Pierce out, TBR out, probably one Profs. Disruption kind of mid. I have to cut one more card. This is a matchup I can trim a Phoenix in, right? Because they just have a pile of rest in pieces. And plus I'm boarding in sweepers anyways. I guess boarding out a Cruise is better against Rip. Yeah, it's fine. I'm not even sure that Anger is better than Brotherhood's End, to be fair. I think the theory is that it kills... What even has 4 toughness? I'm not even sure. Okay, keep this. You and you be gone. Can anybody think of any 4 toughness creature that's relevant? I'm not doing that. You can't make me. I'm not doing it. I think Greasefang could be decent postman. Yeah, Greasefang is really bad in the Phoenix, though, is the issue. Crackling Drake, maybe. But do you want to board in Storm's Wrath against Crackling Drake decks? Like, you're not going to board in Storm's Wrath in the mirror. Oh, it could be from Mono Green, I guess, like Old Growth Troll. Maybe. Ooh, Angels is a good one. Yeah, that's a really good call. There has been a ton of Angels, right? And they have a bunch of X4s. Yeah, I could buy that. Just imagine for a second if our sweeper of choice was Pyroclasm. Can you even imagine that? I'm graveyarding this. Well, I guess we'll cast this. Angels has to be the reason, I think. That makes the most sense. Ooh, Night Error Vios is good too. Yeah, that's another big issue is like against Convoke, you end up sweeping up their small stuff, but sometimes you just die to Night plus whatever their leftovers are. Yeah. Surely they would never give us the ability to play Pyroclasm, right? They can't give us a 2-mana sweeper. They would never do that. Okay. That is something. That is a thing that I've drawn. I don't know what I'm doing with this, though. Like, am I axing this turn? I'm gonna see what they target. Because I think they're targeting this. And if they target this, I think I'm just going to go Axe, discard Vents. I could have second Skyclave. They put a counter on itself. That's fine. Alright, so we'll do this. I could Axe the Skyclave and then trade for the Aspirant, but I think they might have something here, and I kind of want to, like, maybe bait them into... Like, if they have Dramoka's Command or something. You know what I mean? Kind of want them to commit more stuff. They're gonna hold up Coco. I don't know why, but I just have this, like... I got Dramoka's Command vibes, even though nobody plays that card. Oh, they typed in chat. They said I put a stop on. They didn't have the stop on, and they wanted to at Ganjo after combat, but apparently they just put the wrong stop on. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it makes a lot more sense now. Because they clicked on the Aganja really fast, but they yeah, it looks like they meant to discard this and not play it. Do we even have to kill the beast this turn? No, we can just chump block it, right? No caption necessary. That'll be a nice YouTube short. Is Dramoka's command playable? Define playable. Okay. Let's go here. Take this. And let's go here. Do that. Take this. Attack for 7. Like any good? I mean, it's probably good in these decks, right? Can I run an Ariet's Tempting Apple for Yigra? That's the 4-mana artifact that steals something. Why would you want to play that over Furnace Rains? Is there a specific reason? Because I have seen some sack lists with Furnace Rains, and I think I like that better. I think this... I'm just trying to find a red card to kill them. Can't kill them this turn. But it's probably good enough. Go there, and then we just play one of the... Give him one of these. Give him one of these. Okay, let me get the text on Apple again. Ariet's Tempting Apple. Very tempting. Apples don't tempt me that much. When Tempting Apple enters the battlefield, gain control of a creature's on a turn, untap, it gains haste, and then it's a food, and you can pay to... So, why is that better than Furnace Rains? I'm confused. They're at 4? I'm just going to take this. 2 weeks to Tempting Pistachio. Somebody, I forgot who it was last night, but they actually did share the... They shared the pistachio pizza in the Discord, and it looked so good. What's Furnace Rains? 1 mana, or not 1 mana, 3 mana, steal their thing. It's just 2 in a red, steal their thing, and then until end of... Or, yeah. 3 mana, steal their thing, and then when it hits them, you get a treasure, right? I think is what it is. Like, I've heard from other people that you board out the Yigras in the mirror. Because if you Yigra, like, if say one person taps out for Yigra, and they don't have the kill on the spot, you know? Yeah. Right. Well, you said Yigra, and that's what I thought. Because I was confused. Why? Like, you said it's good against Yigra. That's what I inferred by what you were saying. But now I'm just confused. Am I confusing myself? Chad, am I confusing you? I'm also confused. I don't know what's happening right now. Chat, I am in need of assistance. I need an adult. Ooh. Also, don't forget, for five gifted subs, you can change the green screen background. And I would prefer to not look at this deck list anymore. So if anybody wants to help change the background, would greatly appreciate that. All right, give me a land, please. It's good enough. It's not what I was looking for, but it's good enough. I feel like this matchup should be good. Sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh. How do I get punished by playing Profts this turn? I can't, right? Still have Pierce up. Stupid channel points redeemed for that? No. If you want to change the background, that requires a little more setup. You may donate another 5 to make it the Eagles logo. Oh no. What have I done? What have I done? Tandy! Welcome everybody from Tandy's stream. We are playing some Phoenix. A little bit of a twist here. A little bit of a twist. We got some Temur Battle Rage, more Proft's Eidetic Memory. Welcome everybody from Tandy's stream. Hope you had a good one. Alright, song request for Zootutu in the queue. Combo, by the way. Combo deck. If I donate 5, will you change it to a Cowboys logo? Absolutely. You kidding me? You don't even have to say it. You don't even have to ask for that one. Yeah, I'm gonna cruise. I think the plan is cruise, free the Fae, Picklock. Well, now it's not. I need lands. If I donate 5, will you change it to a Niners logo? I mean, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'm saying I'll do it. All right, I'm gonna do this. I was gonna say Picklock notably good against Emperor, but it still comes into play tapped. Is this matchup bad? I can't imagine it's bad. You watched an ad for Fancy Feast where humans cooked food for humans? What's the ad for then? I don't get it. What's the point of the ad? You watched the game tonight, right? Depending on how late I stream. What time does the game start? I don't know how late I'm going to stream. I should watch the game. Opt. 8:20. Yeah, I should be done by then. Well, I don't know. I'm playing the challenge, so maybe not. Alright, let's go. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. You know the rest of it. Play this. Alright, one of these days, I will get to untap with a large Picklock Prankster. I'm going to top that. That's kind of exactly what I was looking for. Because I think the way this game is going to end is I'm going to set up a spot where I, like, end of turn bounce Authority and then just try to one-shot them. I'm not sure how likely that is, but 7:20? Yeah, but I'm on the East Coast, which is the only real time zone, so... Quagon, have a great night. Thank you for stopping by. Oh, Dustin, you want to check out my team? And this goes for everybody in chat. You can check out the team that I drafted last night. You think that Butker is one of my only good players? I think it's good. I mean, I drafted it, so I think it's good. Phuket 15 is insane, though. Insane in what way? Like, because he went that late? Or am I crazy for taking him that early? I also love London. I mean, I drafted London last year. I still believe in him this year. Alright, what the hell am I doing here? They have 3 cards in hand. Let's play this. I'm, like, pretty sure they have a Get Lost. I'm trying to think if this is the turn I want to go, like, end step Otawara their Authority. I doubt it. I'm just going to go to combat and see what happens, I think. No, let's maybe do a little bit of this first. Hit him with one of these. Oh, this is the song request? It is. I don't know what I'm doing on Sunday yet. Okay, that's nice. Okay, now I kind of want to hit him with one of these. And then we can go Picklock, second cruise. I'm going to pump the new Picklock. This might even be bad. Maybe I'm just extending too much into a sweeper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't want to exile the Phoenix, and I don't want to play the Otawara yet. I've already played a land this turn anyways. Okay, counter is there, and then I am going to kill the Emperor. Because if I don't kill the Emperor, they can just kill my Picklock next turn. Although they may just have, like, Get Lost, untap, minus the Emperor. Okay, that's fine. You'll watch games with me Sunday? You're trying to fly out to the East Coast? You're going to be in Buffalo for the Bills game? That sounds like fun. Yeah, there is games on Sunday. I mean, even if I get Sunfall, is it like... Yeah, it's pretty bad, right? Where are all my Phoenixes at, by the way? Are they just all in the bottom 20 cards of my deck? Yeah, they are. It is going to be kind of hard to kill them, I guess, right? Is it bad we have no threats? Yeah, maybe I should have held the second Picklock, assuming I do get Sunvault. But, like, I didn't want to just go all in on this Picklock in case they had Get Lost. That's why I wanted to at least spread the power around a little bit. But it is worse if they have a sweeper. They just won't have it. I mean, I sure hope so. Oh, also, for people who just tuned in, people who are just joining, you see this little background behind me? This is Bolt Snap Bolt's doing. So if you guys want to change the background, we're having a special deal today. 5 gifted, you can change the background to whatever you want, assuming it's within Twitch terms of service, of course. I'm not trying to get demonetized over here. Okay, there's the bird. Which I guess we didn't save an axe for. How many removal spells do I have left? Impulse, axe. Still have a decent amount left. Okay, so the question is, can I kill them this turn? I can get really close, right? How often is the trample from Battle Rage relevant? Very relevant in the mirror. Because a lot of times what happens in the mirror is you just get into spots where, like, you make a big do with Profts, but they just chump with Phoenix, get it back, chump with Phoenix, get it back. So by having one Battle Rage, you eventually draw it, and it usually just ends the game on the spot when you draw it in the mirror. I think I'm going to do this first. Go here. I have already played a land this turn. What about Profts number 3? Sure, I guess. We're running into an issue of we're approaching not having enough mana to cast the Battle Rage after the... we can't Battle Rage Cruise. Yeah, but it's expensive, though. It's 2 mana, you know? I don't think I have lethal this turn. Okay. Alright, so what if I cast this turn? I've cast Proft, Sleight, so this is going to be 7 times 2 is 14. 14 minus 5 is 9, plus 3 is 12, 16? It's not even close, right? And now I can't even cruise. I mean, I guess what we could do is just go to combat, put the counters here, and send everything and not cast the TBR. But then if they find a Wrath, we're kind of fucked. But I don't see another line. Yeah, that's true. I can deal 3 more with Impulse, but that's still only 19. Like, I think no matter what, I can't kill them this turn. So I should just do it this way. And then just save the TBR to try and, like, one-shot them at some point. The other issue is I'm just kind of, like, running out of stuff in my deck, you know? Yeah, the Junzak deck is nice. I've played against it a few times. I've also had that same impression. It's looked pretty good. Oh, they just didn't block. Well, I didn't know they were not going to block. 6, 12, 17, 20. I mean, there's no point to deal them an additional 6 damage, right? I don't think so. Although I guess I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, waiting for Crew's TBR next turn I think is right. But now they could also hold up a removal spell, so there's more things to consider. Okay. Okay. That one is fine. That one I am okay with. It does provide devotion though, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they have 5. They have access to 7 mana here, which is a decent amount of mana. Alright, so untap. I mean, I guess we just start with Cruise, right? We're kind of just going all in this turn, I think. Why Jwari over Spell Pierce? I kind of just like the extra land, and 3 Spell Pierce is kind of a lot. Like, I like the split, at least like the versatility of the Disruption over the 3rd Pierce. But it's possible that the 3rd Pierce is maybe just better. This is again a challenge list. I just kind of copied the challenge list and I wanted to try it out. But yeah, I don't necessarily agree with some of the decisions that were made here. Like, I'm not sure about the sideboard sweepers either. Because, like, I'm kind of with you. I've never been a huge fan of Disruption. I mean, we're just going, like, all in, right? Is there a way... Hold on a second. Let me think this through. Graveyard this. Kill this. Shit. So now I have to play the Otawara. It's fine. I didn't want to play this Otawara, but I kind of forget about the Valkyrie. Shit. Okay, so go to combat. I think I can put counters on the Phoenix now, right? 6, 12, 17. Yeah, we can put counters on Phoenix. Because I believe this gives me lethal through a removal. Like, okay. By doing it this way, they have to now cast a removal spell, and if they cast a removal spell, then I can TBR something else. And I should still have enough, right? I think. So if they get... I guess not if it's Emperor, right? Because they can Emperor the Phoenix go to 18, and then I only have 17? Jesus. I still don't have lethal if they do that. If they have Emperor. Velka block 3. Oh, shit. So this is 6, 11... Oh, it's only 14. Right. I didn't even realize the Lightning Axe didn't kill the Orion! Jesus Christ. Why didn't I read the card? Alright, whatever. They have nothing. It's fine. They will simply have nothing, alright? Everything is fine. Everything is fine. They just have nothing. See, I just didn't think the Valkyria mattered. And turns out it mattered, you know? It's okay. They just have 3 lands in hand. Everything is fine. Don't worry about it. Oh, uh-oh. They definitely have a spell. Well, to be fair, I was never beating Settle anyways. Like, there's nothing I can do about Settle, you know what I mean? Settle is going to beat me regardless. Oh. What? They just made a treasure token? Okay. Sure. Alright, well. Got it. So, anyways. Mono white stuff. I think all the removal is bad. It's board in... I mean, do I even want any of these cards? Negate's good, sure. I just keep in Axe, I guess? Needle's probably okay against Emperor. You would bring in Dispute. Would you rather have Dispute than Lightning Axe? Yeah, probably. No, the Orion didn't die because I only dealt it 1 damage. The Valkyria. I probably should have dealt it 2, though. It's the same, though, right? If I deal it 2, and then... Because I'm losing 1 damage on the trample the first half, but get the damage back the second time. So it ends up being the same amount of damage. But I should have assigned 2 to the Orion because of the Valkyria. Would you ever bring in Hearse against them just to have a threat that doesn't die to Sunfall? That sounds kind of loose. Yeah, I guess we're playing Disputes. I don't know. I just don't have enough cards for this matchup. Why is the song so good? All that glitters is gold. Yeah, it also asserts dominance. You get it, Levi. I will simply... Yeah, see, I told you. I mean, you wouldn't draw a land there, you know? It's very obvious. Can we get some guitaring in the chat? This playlist is hidden today. With Pyroclasm, do you still like Convoke over Heroic? I still do, yeah, I think I do. I just think that the ceiling on Convoke is a lot higher. I know it's worse against Pyroclasm, but I don't know, the ceiling is so much higher. I feel like I'm going to get ripped next turn, but I also don't know that I care that much. Definitely don't care now. Yeah, dude, the challenge deck list 07, I know that was not your creation, because when I played your deck list, it was playable, and when I played the other deck list, it was not playable, so I can tell the difference. Alright, let's go. We can't Profs here, can we? Let's do this. Ooh, I like that. I like this. And I like this. 4, 5, 6, 7. We milled 2 Profs. I wanted to find a Spell Pierce. I'm gonna save the Sleight for next turn because we have the Shredder. So like worst case scenario, we get Sunfalled next turn, but I mean even if we get Sunfalled, right? We go Shredder, Sleight, Profs, counters here. Like who cares, you know? No, I have not. And I don't intend to look at Twitter discourse. I tend to avoid Twitter if at all possible. I would like to, at least. What if they make a fish? Well, I don't know. You're talking. They did make a fish. Way to hell. It's embarrassing that I have to board this card in, but I mean, I get it, you know? I get it. It ain't pretty, but it's honest work. Ooh. That's actually kind of spicy, right? We can preemptively name the Wandering Emperor. And then proceed to the battle phase. Attack you for 8. One of my go-to islands in paper. Well, specifically for Phoenix, I actually, at the last RC, I bought these lovely islands just so I could play them, because they're so fucking beautiful. Also, have retro Steam beds, by the way. But the islands I bought, let me show you these bad boys. This is like the single best basic land I've ever purchased. They look unbelievably good. They're so gorgeous. I don't know what it is about this specific artwork, but they're so nice. God, they're so nice. It's the one of the arena promos, I think. No, these were cheap. Of the arena ones, they were like $8 a piece. I was trying to get a playset of Sleight of Hands from RCQs before the RC, but then I didn't even get a Sleight of Hand from the last RCQ that I played because they ran out of promos. So if anybody has any extra RCQ promo Sleight of Hands, I'll buy them off you. You have 20 of them? How do you have 20 of them? You played 20 RCQs this season? It's a lot. Imagine we didn't randomly play this Needle. Why would that have mattered? I can't dispute anything. I have 1 mana left. Oh, I could have disputed the Orion. I forgot about that. Right. No, they didn't blank the hole because they wanted to play a second spell after the Orion, I guess. Oh, for the smaller RCQs, I see. I see. Look, it's really hard to, like, talk to chat. It's really hard to have a dedicated conversation with chat and play the match at the same time, alright? So, I'm just saying, you know? I'm just saying. I don't know what I'm saying, but I'm just saying. You said I did that right. How big is this? The answer is not big enough. I have 1 axe left, right? Surely the dispute does something this turn, right? Counters here. What if I hit him with one of these? They block a Phoenix and take 10? Sure. Doom Foretold deck when? I mean, I want Doom Foretold to be good, but it's just too expensive is the issue. Yeah, challenge starts in 25 minutes. Played a sealed with only 8 people, so they gave us a playset. Oh, really? That's kind of cool. Yeah, why did I cast a Needle last turn? I for some reason I hadn't registered the fact that I could dispute Yorion for 1 mana. Why are people talking about Burden Sheeny again? Okay, no, I don't want to know, okay? I saw that people were talking about discourse on Twitter. I don't want to know. All right. Level 2. He qualified for Vegas. Oh, is that what it is? Oh, I see. Interesting. Yeah, that's all of a sudden I now don't want to go to Vegas. How about instead of Twitter drama, we talk about drama? Isn't that the same thing? Oh, like drama. Okay, I see. Shakespeare drama. What am I booking, Atlanta? I'm trying to drive. I'm not flying to Atlanta. I need to find somebody to drive. I talked to Pika earlier, and I think Pika was going with Seamus, but I don't know if they have room in their car. But I'm not flying. Authority of the consoles. This. The flights are too expensive. They have 2 mana left over. I'm discarding this dispute. I'm not. I'm out of it. I'm off it. All right. Oh, to Atlanta. Oh no, I was okay. I got them mixed up. I forgot you were saying Atlanta, not DC. That's my bad. No. Atlanta, I'm gonna fly. Yeah. I thought we were talking about DC. That's my bad. I was confused. Definitely not driving to Atlanta. That's not happening. So they're dead, right? So when am I booking it? I don't know. I'll figure it out. 4, 5. They only have 1 flyer, right? Am I missing something? I don't think I'm missing something. Attack. All right, so 4 and 1. I mean, I do like the Temur Battle Rage stuff. I'm not sure I like 3 Profts, though. 3 is kind of a lot of Profts. I would consider maybe going like a -1 Disruption, -1 Profts, +1 Spell Pierce, and maybe you could sell me on playing 2 TBR, right? Oh yeah, we lost the Heroic, yeah. I could see 2 TBR, I don't think it's that bad. The sideboard needs a lot of work, though. I don't like Thing in the Ice. I think I would much prefer Drake, especially if you're playing TBR. The Sweepers need to be Pyroclasms. That'll be after the new set comes out. The Needle is random. That should probably be something else. Maybe like... could be another Negate, possibly. But 2 Negate, 2 Aether Gust is kind of a lot. The 1 Torch is kind of weird. There's some stuff about the sideboard that I don't love. But yeah, three Profs felt like maybe too much. I think 2 is the sweet spot. Yeah, maybe also some Planeswalkers in the sideboard, like Narset or Ashiok for the Lotus matchup. So, some things to think about. But if you are watching us on YouTube, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you thought down below. It's a long one, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Everybody say, bye, YouTube. Bye, YouTube.